welcome back to our YouTube channel. Some different faces today. Usually important updates are shared by Andreas, but he is on some well-deserved leave. So today you've got me, Hannah, our Johannesburg branch manager, and one of our immigration consultants from the Cape Town office, Alia, who are here with an important update about the Zimbabwe Exemption Permits and the Lesotho Exemption or Lesotho Special Permits that was published yesterday on the 7th of October, 2025. So let's get right into it. Alia, what is the duration of this extension and what rights do the permit holders have in that time?
So thanks, Hannah, for the introduction. So as Hannah mentioned, the ZEP permit has been extended for a duration of 18 months after the 28th of November. This will take permit holders up until the 28th of May, 2027. What the validity extension covers, permit holders can now work and reside within South Africa. They may also travel in and out of the Republic without any adverse consequences. They may also make applications for mainstream work visas within South Africa if they qualify. Hannah, are there any specific steps that permit holders must take now?
So there's no specific steps that a permit holder needs to take in order to benefit from this extension. It is an automatic extension that affects anybody who previously had a Zimbabwe exemption or Lesotho exemption permit. However, we do advise that if you're one of the affected permit holders, continue looking at the options for other visa types that you can apply for. And if you do need help with that, that is something we can advise you on and, of course, assist with the applications. Alia, looking at the employer side, what do employers need to know in light of this news?
So most importantly, it's employment may still continue with permit holders, even if the permit looks like it has been expired for a long time. ZEP and LEP permit holders may also legally be hired into new roles until the 28th of May, 2027. For employers, it's good to note that ZEP holders may immediately be employed and they can start working within South Africa immediately as they're already in the country, and the extension covers them in this regard. Hannah, people might be wondering why this further extension?
That's a good question. We've obviously been giving updates on extensions for the past years, actually, on this aspect, and there's a lot of legal background, many court cases, public opinion as well. Ultimately, the Department of Home Affairs was ordered by the court to provide further public consultation, and the Department of Home Affairs, in the issuing this extension, has explained how they've embarked on this process, most importantly by appointing the Immigration Advisory Board, or that is one of the elements that the Immigration Advisory Board was appointed for. This was done in April of this year to really look at what possible options are of resolving the situation fairly for all involved parties in future, including holding consultations with the necessary stakeholders. And while the Department of Home Affairs says there's been a lot of good conversations within the Immigration Advisory Board on the future for the ZEP and LEP permit holders, the truth is that there are more consultations and discussions needed. And the time frame they've allocated for this is 18 months, which I think is a good time frame if you think of really, the processes needed to get everybody in a room or in discussions that could be affected by this. 18 months is probably a realistic extension and more realistic than the previous kind of 6 or 12 months extensions we've had. What could come out of the further discussions in the next 18 months at this point is probably too early to say, but we're looking at, possibly having some longer term solutions for the exemption permit holders, maybe also just a better communication around the discontinuation of the permits. We will see what happens. This obviously needs to be the outcome of the necessary consultation that still needs to happen. But as we said earlier as well, in the meantime, we do advise that you still consider looking at the main visas, mainstream visas that you might qualify for, because that would put you on sure footing and remove the uncertainty of the outcome of this process. So in closing, some very good news for the ZEP and LEP holders. For now, you have an additional duration until the 28th of May, 2027 to remain in South Africa, work, and apply for other visas. And yeah, so great news. And maybe in closing, Alia, if somebody now, after listening to us, wants some more information or assistance, what should they do?
please contact us. You can contact us from our website, which will be linked below in the description. Give us a call, drop us an email. On our website, we also have free guides of a variety of different work visas. So you can check that out if you would like to apply for a mainstream work visa while this extension is in action.